Weather forecasters are now predicting that by this weekend, there will be a tropical storm over the southwestern part of Florida. Jesse over at BP Earthwatch has some of the best information on this. This is looking forward to Saturday at 5 a.m. It looks like pretty much everything south of Orlando is going to be affected by this. I don't think they're predicting a hurricane, but it looks like a lot of wind, a lot of rain. So those of you down there, definitely keep your heads up. Of course, as always, track the tropics, just like it sounds. Best source of information other than Jesse at BP Earthwatch on YouTube to find all of these different loops and forecasts, spaghetti models, everything. It's a donation-only site, no ads. Consider that if you have the ability to. Apparently here now they have upgraded this to 80%. So it's looking like it's an almost guaranteed thing, and mostly just southwest Florida. Now, one thing that I would like to offer as a suggestion that has saved my life a couple of times. You can find this on Amazon. It's very easy to find. It's only $40. It's basically one of these power banks that you can charge different electronic devices with. The neat thing about this one is that it has these flip out, fold out solar panels, and it has a wireless charger. So you can take this thing, just open it up, lay the thing out in the sun, no switches or nothing. It just starts charging, and you have the wireless charger on top, and then you have a couple of plug-ins as well. So it's very, very handy. It's for $40. It's the best $40 you'll spend on something to keep your devices powered up indefinitely. I've got a couple of them, one for the car, one for outside. They're just really great. They're just absolutely indispensable if you're without power, or let's say you're in a situation with your car where maybe you blow a fuse for the little power point, the little cigarette lighter thing, or something's up that you don't have the access, or you don't want to run the car, or don't wear the battery down. You can just throw this thing up on the dash, lay out the solar panels, and you are good to go. It is just that easy, just that simple. Like I said, $40 at Amazon.com. They can get wet. You can, they don't work as well, of course, when you've got rain all over the panels, but it doesn't stop them from working, and it doesn't damage them. It's dust-proof, shock-proof. And like I said, it's got the wireless charger on top and a couple of ports, so you can have a few people all charging off the same bank. It's 38.8 milliamp hours, so not gigantic, but big enough to get the job done for sure for a couple people. So I just wanted to throw this out there now. Yesterday I put up a video over at Patreon channel, and it really set some people off because I think I ruined a movie for a lot of people because I pointed something out that everybody heard, but nobody really heard. You see, I put these two pictures together because one is a superhero, and the other one is just a woman in a ridiculous outfit. Can you figure out who's who? See, over at Twitter this morning, my account is still suspended, by the way, but you can read only. You can see what's going on. The Gay Agenda had Wonder Woman trending this morning for some reason, randomly. The Linda Carter version. And a lot of people don't know that the Linda Carter, the Wonder Woman character, no father. Her mother, her female mother, I forget the name of the fake goddess that they created for this, created her out of clay in Amazonia. And that's kind of the whole theme of Wonder Woman, that men are evil. Men are evil. And that kind of is transmuted over here to this 1994 movie, Forrest Gump. This is, of course, the scene where she's talking to the schoolmaster about getting Forrest into a proper school. But people miss something here. They miss something completely. And we covered it over at Patreon. Now, usually I say join us over at Patreon, and it's $1 per month, even less if you sign up for an entire year. And you too can see what everybody missed in Forrest Gump. I guarantee everybody missed it. Because you'd have to listen critically with an open mind to exactly what was said. and be trained in psychological operations to know what they were trying to do in the movie, and also understand the culture of 1994 at the same time. But I'm going to do something a little different here. I'm going to reveal this right here on YouTube, right now, just to give you guys an insight as to what we do over at the Patreon channel. This little tidbit. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with the scene. Forrest doesn't do very good on a test for getting into school. And the guidance counselor, the guy in the upper left here, says, look, he missed by 5 points. And he's going to have to go to a different kind of school. He's not going to be on a path for four-year college prep. Pardon me. His mother replies, and this is where you have to pay attention. My boy is not going to some special school to retread tires. He's going to have the same opportunities as everyone else. Now, he says, Miss Gump, he'll be fine. Forrest will be fine in this other school. It's what he's referring to is trade school. Now, you have to stop at that moment and ask yourself a question. What if you were somebody sitting in the theater whose job it was to retread tires? And then you heard Sally Field say, my Forrest Gump, he isn't going to go to some special school to learn how to retread tires. Really? Really? So the trades were shameful. They were below her. They were definitely below her son. And she'd be willing to do something to make those 5 little points he missed by go away. Now, here's where it gets even better. The man asks, is there a Mr. Gump, Mrs. Gump? Now, you know in the story, she's a widow. He was killed in an accident. Does she say, no, I'm a widow? She lies right through her teeth to the guy. It says, he's on vacation. And then everybody's familiar with the next scene where it shows her seducing him to get him to do something that he could lose his job for. Because she couldn't possibly be dealing with the shame of having a son who worked in the trades. A son who worked in the trades. Now, I want folks to think about that in 2022 culture. Especially given everything the governor of Florida has done, another good thing he's done, promoting trade schools all across the state. Truck driving and all those different things. Electrician, welding, maintenance. You see, back in 94, this is what a lot of people don't get. There was this weird dysphoria going on that if you didn't go to a 4-year college, and you didn't get that bachelor's, you didn't get that master's, you didn't get that doctorate, you were going to be left behind in society. You were going to be the dregs. You're going to be second-class citizen. Electrician, plumber, truck driver. Oh, who would want, oh, the shame. Oh, the shame of having a job like that. You see, that's the idea here. Of course, we see Sally Field, the character Mrs. Gump, as a victim, don't we? But she's a heady, high-minded socialite who couldn't possibly be demeaned to doing that, but she would use other means and other tactics to make sure she wouldn't have to. But we always make this guy out to be the bad guy. That's why, of course, they had to roast him here at the end. You see, that's the kind of thing that you can divine when you clear the weapon of your mind, so to speak. See, a lot of people have a jam going on in the breach of their minds right now, and they don't know how to clear it, to use a weapon analogy. See, once you clear that breach, and once you get the weapon functioning properly, you can see these things. You can see them. Unfortunately, our governor here in Florida has not cleared the breech of his weapon, and he cannot see something. Clearly, with his mind, somebody has him confused about who supports him and why he is where he is. Tonight, this evening, apparently, he is going to go forward with this interview with this devil, this demon, Dave Rubin. And I'll stand by my word. If the governor goes through with this, this will be the end of all support from this channel promoting the gay agenda. Now, I'm sure a lot of you think I'm overreacting. And here's an article, this is Click Orlando, conservative commentator, holds Orlando live show featuring Florida governor. Of course, they're talking about Dave Rubin and Governor DeSantis. Host of the Rubin Report, blah, 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 blah. Let me show you different pieces of wisdom from not only the Bible, but from other places as well that prove this. This, of course, is the big one from Corinthians. In the Bible, do not be yoked together with unbelievers. For what do righteousness and wickedness have in common? Or what fellowship can light have with darkness? See, the governor has built his brand on being a governor of Christian moral value. You don't associate with Dave Rubin. You don't give them credibility. You don't take the stage with them. Now, some might say, well, okay, well, that's the Bible. Why do you think the left, nobody from the left, is saying anything about this? You see, they know the governor is making a mistake. They know the governor is making a mistake. And they're not going to interrupt him. You won't see any of this on the mainstream media. They're not going to promote this because they know somebody would see it and speak up and say the governor shouldn't do this. So they're going to let this go forward. Voltaire, those who can make you believe absurdities can make you commit atrocities. This guy would have you believe that two homosexual men can be fathers. Absurd. In the extreme. Here's Hollywood. When you tear out a man's tongue, you're not proving him a liar. You're only telling the world that you fear what he might say. You see, Dave Rubin had me thrown off Twitter, had me silenced, as have many people in the gay agenda had Christians silenced. If you don't say the right thing, if you use a word that they don't approve of, they will cut out your tongue, figuratively speaking, online. See, there's certain things you can't say, certain names you can't call, certain comments and opinions you can't have. They will tear out your tongue. This is Game of Thrones. And finally, the last part in the Bible, come out from among them. Be ye separate. You can't be a servant of the Lord Jesus Christ if you are in agreement with the world or partake of it. Period. I am just not sure, truly, what the governor is hoping to achieve here. He doesn't need the gay agenda. He doesn't need the gay vote. They won't vote for him anyway, regardless of anything Dave Rubin says or doesn't say. It's perplexing, truly. Wrong is wrong, even if everyone is doing it. Right is right, even if nobody is doing it. This is just general wisdom. So, general wisdom, Bible, Hollywood, Voltaire. This is Sun Tzu, I believe. And once again, the Bible. She has a chance now. You mark my words, I'm calling it right now. Nikki Fried, not Charlie Crist, Nikki Fried has a chance now. The governor has just opened the door. If he goes through with this tonight, he'll open the door. Because a lot of what he has done can be interpreted as restrictive and too much heavy-handed government overreach. If she's smart, she's already sued the Biden administration over her Second Amendment rights. So there's a lot of people in the gun community going, wait a minute, Hold on. This little hot body here, she's also pro Second Amendment? Maybe we should listen to what she has to say. Oh, wait a minute. She's pro cryptocurrency too? Yeah, she sure is. Well, now we need to really start listening. Well, really? And she wants people to be able to have as much weed as they want and grow as much as they want and smoke it up all day long? Now we've got somebody we can work with. Okay, now this is looking good. And the last piece of this puzzle, if she figures it out, it could be over for the governor. Legalized prostitution. These little digital peep shows that are going on all over the web. OnlyFans, Fansly, Twitter has a version of it. Facebook has it. Even Twitch has it. You know, these girls that sit around in varying states of dress and chat with people and make millions of dollars and millions of dollars. She gets these people on her side. Second Amendment folks, the crypto folks, and the drug pushers. And she gets their money with him now clearly being labeled as a hypocrite, honestly and righteously true. She could give him a run for his money. I don't care how popular he is right now. He has to be popular in November. He has to be popular in November. And now with everybody being, anti-handgun, anti-this, look, she sued. She can come out and say, look, I sued the Biden administration because of their stance on my Second Amendment rights. Crypto, weed, legalized prostitution. Do not underestimate the power of people to vote their vices. They absolutely will. See, yesterday's video that we did that really set a lot of people off, I chose a picture that was purposefully provocative. I mean, it wasn't X-rated or anything. But it's part 3 of survival as it relates to ladies when things really go bad. And it's made some people upset. It really has. You should join us over there and see some of the comments. So, I will leave that there. But one's a superhero and one is a lady in a ridiculous costume. Can you figure it out? We'll leave it there. God bless. Like, share, subscribe. We'll see you guys next time.